You don't want to offend children?
Yeah, because those are
Welcome
full
to the
adult.
abolitionist
Those
movement.
are full adult human children who can hear me.
Wait, adult children?
Fully grown human children.
Okay, so
Pastor Jeff Durbin absolutely breaks these two college indoctrinated libtards when it comes to the topic of pregnancy termination. Two girls thought that they could own Pastor Jeff Durbin, but I think we all know that's not what happens. Because when you're trying to advocate for terminating a pregnancy, there's just no winning argument for that. So let's see Pastor Jeff Durbin set these two ladies straight.
buddy.
Yep, but that baby's body is not a baby yet. It's fetal cells being taken
What
care
does
of
what
by
does
a
fetal
woman.
cell mean? Can you describe it? Explain what you're saying. What does fetal cell mean?
When a
What kind of
sperm
cell?
and an ovum meet,
Good.
they start rapidly
What happens when the sperm and ovum meet? What's it create at that moment?
a zygote.
And what is a zygote?
A zygote are.
What species is a zygote a part of? Is it human species?
Not yet.
Oh, so you disagree with all biological science then? At the moment of fertilization, it is a human. It's part of the human family, human
It's a
species.
part of the human body.
It's its own human being with its own unique DNA. Are we at a
no, it
university here? I thought
starts-
we were at a university here. Is
No,
there a
it's-
library here?
No, it
I think the problem is that, yeah, you are in a university. This is what university has become.
you realize meiosis, it starts.
No, at the moment of fertilization, where's your library at? Where's it located?
You just don't know what you're
Go
talking
look
about.
at any biological textbook.
No,
you
you
can
just don't
Google
know
it
what you're
right
talking
now. At
about.
the moment of fertilization, you have the distinct DNA and makeup of a particular distinct human being at the moment of fertilization. So at the moment of fertilization, it is a member of the
That's
human
not
species.
the DNA.
and
It
human
ends because it
family.
has to go through meiosis. You don't understand meiosis.
So at the moment of
then.
fertilization, all biological science will show you at the moment of fertilization,
But
distinct
that's not
human being.
that's not a human full DNA genome.
But you argued a moment ago that if
I
it can
argued
feel-
that it's not a full human DNA genome because it isn't.
Well, my
You can go to the library if you
my
need.
12-month-old babies are not fully developed human beings. Can
They
I
have
kill,
a full human genome.
Can I
of
kill
DNA.
them? Can I kill them? They're not fully developed.
They don't have human DNA.
My
A zygote
my
does not
twin
have
girls.
full human genome.
I'm telling you,
Did this thing just spawn up out of nowhere? I mean, I know these universities are the spawning points for these type of individuals.
have 12-month-old babies at home. They're twins, and I'm saying they're not fully developed.
That is clearly
kill them?
a straw man, and that is an insane thing to say.
They're part of the
You
human
don't
family.
want to argue. You don't want to know. You want to argue that everybody else against you is wrong.
You're not actually facing the argument I'm presenting to you. You're talking about development. So 5-year-olds are
No,
not
development
fully developed.
in its genome isn't even full yet. It hasn't gone through full meiosis of having a full human DNA of genome. Once you have a full birth baby, it has its full DNA
So
genome.
what I would encourage you to research
No,
is at
you
the
don't
moment
understand
of
what
fertilization,
meiosis is.
at the moment
I'd encourage you to research. Nope. That's about sums it up.
of fertilization,
Tell me what meiosis is.
you
What
have
are the
the
steps of
distinct-
meiosis?
Okay, hold on now.
No,
What we're
tell me.
arguing here is whether all human beings deserve equal protection, right? And so what you're saying it's not a fully
I know,
developed
it's fun
human.
to-
Your argument
fun to
is
try to make
it's
them
not
understand
fully
what you're
developed. So, okay, I'll talk to everyone else. So her argument is that it's not a fully developed human, and because it's not a fully developed human, we ought to be able to kill people who are not fully developed.
Question:
And you have
Does
been
everyone
able to
here
face
have a
that.
job? Because is this your job to be here and try to yell at women? Is that what you do for a living, for free?
Is it wrong? Is it wrong to? Is it wrong
So I'm
to
gonna take that as a
abuse?
yes.
Is it wrong to abuse females of the human species?
Guys, when fetal cells are in a woman, it's not a full
What's
human
a
being.
fetal
'cause it's-
cell?
Holy fucking shit! I said this like four. Sorry, there's kids
Right.
here. Don't want to swear.
Oh, now she cares about kids.
Insane.
You don't want to offend children?
Yeah, because those are
Welcome
full
to the
adult.
abolitionist
Those are
movement.
full adult human children who can hear me.
Wait, adult children?
Fully grown human children.
Okay, so what your argument
They are
again?
outside of a human
So
body.
you're arguing we should protect children? When?
I'm arguing I don't want to swear in front of children that can hear me.
Why? Is it wrong to offend
Because they
or
can
hurt or
understand
harm
me.
children?
And guess what? At the moment of conception, little fuckers don't got ears.
There you go. So your argument again, what I was pointing to, you haven't actually responded to yet, is that you were saying because it's not a fully developed human, we can kill it. So I'm saying to you, and you haven't responded yet.
What?
How about the 8-year-old child, 5-year-old child, or 12-month-old child? Can we kill them? They're not fully developed.
It's fully viable outside of a human body and doesn't need a human body to take care of it and fully nurture it. So very clearly different things that you're trying to equate, but they're not the same.
I can promise you this. My daughters, they're twins. Nora and Piper are fully dependent upon me to care for them.
Are
and
they inside a human body
So you're
that
arguing,
is being fed
so you're
by
arguing
its blood
now
flow?
location.
Is it? No, is it?
So you're, I'm
Are you
answering,
cutting my mic?
Will you allow me to answer? No, this all died.
They had to cut it.
Okay.
You can still keep using it.
So your argument now is different. It's not
It's not
development. It's where it's located. So your argument is we can kill humans.
Age of development, you don't longer have to sustain off another person.
Oh, okay.
That's how it's the same argument.
Also,
Okay.
if your child was kicked out to the street, somebody would take them in, and they don't need your.
They are not dependent on your human biological. If you die, your kid can survive.
I promise you that my twin girls, they're fully dependent upon us now.
If you die, your kids can survive. Somebody else can take care of them.
They're dependent upon other human beings for survival.
They're
So
not
your
dependent on
your
one
argument
specific. You are
your
not-
argument for dependence now is collapsed
No,
because
it
you
isn't
argued
at all.
you
No,
argued.
it isn't at all.
Can I respond? If you argue
That's not correct.
If you argue that if a human being is dependent upon another for their survival, they ought to be able to be killed. But we go in and out of dependence our entire lives. My children right now are
it's not
dependent upon me, and if I went away, like you said, you're right.
can
If I went
survive.
away,
Yeah, but if
they'd
you
be
took the
dependent
mom away
upon others.
of an actual fetus.
Yeah.
Then
What's-
they would never be able to exist. And
What?
that's completely
Why did you
different
use the
than
word?
fact that- the
Why
fact
did you?
that
Can I? Can
think
she?
the
Can
fetus
you let?
cells
Can
inside
you
of
let
the
her talk
woman
for a second?
Matter more than the woman itself.
Can you let her
insanely
talk for a
disruptive.
second? You use the word.
She's fine letting me talk for a
No,
second.
I know, but you
were the
argued
one that were
you argued
trying to
use the word
ignore me.
fetus. Why did you use that word, fetus?
See, he's trying to take specific things to try to undermine what you say. Just
No, you're using
certain
euphemisms.
words.
You're using
I'm
euphemisms. What is?
I'm wondering
just
what
being
the answer to my question was.
Sure.
Whenever I said that your kids would actually be able to live on if they didn't have you, but if you were to take the fetus out of a mother, it would not be able to physically live
It's
on
not
its
a
own.
viable
So I'm trying to
human
respond to
organism
that.
on its own.
I'm trying to respond to that.
So what
Was
is
it
it?
The
question?
what? No, because I'm trying to understand what you're
Say if you die,
saying.
will your kids just immediately die because they don't have their blood flow?
So
going? You don't
they're
even carry
they are
shit. You
they
don't
are
have anything.
dependent. They are dependent.
Why are the men all talking?
Okay.
Oh, I forgot this was
Is
Christianity.
there
Would you
anyone
like to
here-
talk to a
anyone that
woman?
can bear a child
Would you
like to talk?
only women? Only you want to only talk to a woman? That's fine. I can let a woman talk to you. It's fine.
Yeah,
But
bring her up here.
fetus.
No, you said bring a woman.
But yeah, but fetus means small child or baby, and so I just would say, why are you using a euphemism? Why don't you just say the baby? But your argument.
Usually, you only use fetus when
When
it's
it's
inside
in
the
your
woman,
body.
and then when
Yeah.
it's birthed, it's a baby.
It's a I do. It's a Latin term. The etymology of the term is it refers to the newborn offspring of a creature in reference to a child that's a human
you
being.
Use Greek shit. They used to leave their babies.
I
in the woods if they
didn't.
didn't
I
want
didn't
them,
use
'cause that's
Greek.
even
I didn't
worse.
use Greek anything. Why is it worse to let a baby die of exposure? Why is that wrong?
Because then it's a fully developed baby.
So your
and
argument
it can
is
feel those
your
things.
argument is if it's
And
developed.
Let me finish talking.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
If you abort a baby before it has any type of nerve endings, cells, thoughts to cognizantly know that thing, there is no pain being felt. You guys don't understand that because you don't understand fetal
So
development.
now your argument has changed again.
No,
now
all
your
of it's the
argument.
same.
Now your argument is that if
I
a
love
human
how you
being.
just, like, your argument's changed, but it's been the same the whole time.
Well, you've gone.
say it
You've
loud
you've
enough,
gone
it's
from
right.
you've gone from development. You've gone
'cause it hasn't
to
developed those
location,
things yet.
and now you're arguing pain capable.
Development and location
So-
and pain
Hey,
all
when
go
it
with the
develops,
same
it's in
thing.
your belly.
Right, I know that. That's how we. That's how we all got here. That's how we all got here.
That's how the location comes in play.
So-
When it's
That's how pain
developing,
theory
this is
comes
the
in play.
location.
If I could respond, your argument now is if a human being can feel pain, we ought not to kill them.
Well, how do you feel
So,
about the death penalty?
well, I can if you can let me finish the thought. So I don't believe giving death penalty to babies in the womb.
Man, she freaking downed that freaking coffee. Is she downing that coffee because she's nervous, or is she all nervous and jittery because she downed that coffee? Or was there even coffee in that cup and not, I don't know, some kind of alcoholic beverage or something like that? I mean, either way, is she just naturally like this, or is it because of the substance of the cup?
I believe in
How about the
giving.
death penalty?
But he believes that when it's a real person, that is statistically
does
more
that
likely
make
So
to be a minority, and it's
so
gonna
I don't
feel
think
pain.
we should take
When it's
innocent
the ideal
human
white
life.
Baby, you like that, apparently.
When we talk about someone who's a rapist, I believe the rapist is not innocent. His life deserves to be taken
But
because
God
of what
is
the
only
heinous
person
thing
that
that
can
he's
determine
done.
Who takes a life in the end.
And
So
God
what
is-
gives
and
you
God
the
is-
right
I'm telling
to
you,
decide a
and-
death penalty is correct.
God has said in his word that rapists deserve the death penalty.
And
And he
who
also-
are we as a government? how are we as a government able to make that decision when
He
we are
also
not
said
God?
if you wear cloths of
Well,
multiple
God has
different
spoken.
fibers, you
God has
sin,
spoken.
and I guarantee you are.
I assure you, you clearly don't know your Bible. God said in His Word what those laws were for, and they were to create a distinction between Israel and the surrounding nations to teach them against syncretism and adopting their practices. And that's
argument is that
what does Ephesians chapter 2 say?
your whole argument is that
What does Ephesians chapter 2 say, young lady?
Oh my God.
So you don't know.
Asking that question,
So-
we're not there.
so-
Let's
Sure.
know
point
one
is saying-
specific line of the Bible, guys.
No,
Liberal owned.
No, but my point is
These college students, or did someone from are these like freshmen from high school or something, like wandered onto the campus, taking a tour of the university campus or something, and they just, taking a tour and they saw this and they decided to debate? Like, they're acting like children. These are young adults, supposedly.
like
You were just owned because you said you knew. So
you argue that
I'm not
abortion
gonna
is
quote the Bible.
Because you don't know it.
because you're killing a human
You're a
being, a
weirdo.
physical human being. So how does that logic transcend to the death penalty argument?
I'm giving you the answer. Can I give you the answer?
The only thing you've given me is that rapists deserve to die.
Okay, so God said, you said only God can judge
Yeah.
who deserves to die.
Yeah.
And God has said in His Word repeatedly that you deserve to die, death penalty, for murdering another human being and even rape. One of the
but you got that
things,
from a book that
one
was
of the things,
transcribed by others.
one of the things, and you believe lots of things that are written down by others, and so that's not a problem for you either. But one of the things also,
Peer reviewed by scientists,
Yeah.
not one guy deciding this, and then usually being translated by singular people who have their own agendas. You cannot possibly.
Do you know where we got the
think
Bible
that-
from?
I'm talking.
Also-
You cannot possibly think that having a Bible and having multiple peer-reviewed things are the same. That is genuinely, you are just ignoring reality if you're like, well, this guy said this, so I believe it because it happened a long time ago.
you
Versus a lot of
respectfully, you don't know the
well-documented
Christian worldview if
Also,
if
do
you
know
if you
that
think
the
that's what
Bible
Christians
was
believe.
Re-transcribed like 5,000 times by continuous churches. So how do you
And
know what's
all of
true?
them say different
How do you know
things.
what's
So
true?
Well, can I answer one thing at a time? Can I answer one thing at a time?
It wasn't originally written
I'm
that
not gonna
way.
lie. All that you've given me is bullshit.
Yeah, I'm trying to respond. So in
Yeah,
terms
but
of
you're
the
not
claims
supposed-
you just made, okay, have a nice day, ladies.
This is the product of current university education here. They really need to change it from education to more indoctrination. This is what the college universities are churning out. A great job by Jeff Durbin here, Pastor Jeff Durbin, for absolutely breaking these two libtards, but also for defending a baby's right to life. What did you guys think about this? Sound off in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you really enjoyed it. And if you like content like this, I do got more content on my screen that I think you'll enjoy, along with much more on my channel that I think you'll really enjoy.